Bad Day by REM. This is actually a groan on putting this show together a couple of months back. It normally goes pretty smoothly, but this one didn't, the one I'm talking about in particular, which was almost exactly 2 months ago now. Firstly, I use Spotify to get some song ideas, things like going through rock playlists on there, looking through new releases, using the recommended feature as well. It's all useful stuff. I have my own song ideas too, but Spotify is nice to get everything in one place. I add to a playlist throughout the week and usually on a Friday, then use professional radio software with files ripped in from CDs or paid downloads to get it all together properly. Spotify was down on that Friday, the desktop app and the web app. It later came back up, but the adverts, there's so many, mainly the pop-up ones, and yeah, I could go premium, but there's not a great deal of point for what I'm using it for. And you keep having to switch off the now playing view on the right hand side as that keeps activating itself. I don't need it, I can see what's playing at the bottom. I had to dub off some audio as well in real time. It was a couple of interviews and some other stuff I wanted to use, and the only way to do that was to play it off one source and record it onto my laptop. A bit backwards for 2025, but it works. I left it running and it was done in half an hour, but I got busy doing something else, so returned 2 hours later. Windows had found an update during that time and decided to restart itself, so I lost the recordings. It shouldn't have restarted when it was actively doing something, but it did anyway. It turns out the active hours on Windows Update had changed themselves, so I had to change those back to what they were and then set about recording all this stuff again. To edit the audio, I've got a bit of software that's 20 years old. It's got some bugs in it that will never be fixed, but again, it does the job generally. Only one of these bugs happens very occasionally, and I don't know why. It's where you select some audio to delete it, let's say, but instead of selecting the few seconds you want, it jumps right to the beginning. And it keeps doing this. The only way to solve it is to restart the software. Not a big deal, but it had to happen this day. At this point, I was starting to think if anything else would narc me off. Oh, yes, it did. For unfamiliar songs, like new ones for example, I researched the lyrics to make sure they're clean. When I was doing this on Google, a couple of times it said, "Our systems have detected unusual traffic from your computer network." This had never happened before at home, and I had to twice tick the box that said, yes, I am human, and the time between searches was painfully slow as well. I suspect deliberately on Google's part. The rest of my home network was fine. I persevered, the show went out and job done, but that's just an insight into some of the behind-the-scenes challenges I face to keep you entertained. I hope you enjoy these programmes.